everyone, this is Amanda with Grammy's Craft Boutique, and we're going to make a 3-ribbon bow on the Pro Bow the Hand large model. I've picked out 3 2.5-inch ribbons, and we're going to make a large, beautiful bow for a mailbox swag. And one of the reasons I use the Pro Bow the Hand for these types of bows is I feel like there's more height and fullness to them. So I've got the 3 2.5-inch ribbons on the spool holders that come with the Pro Bow the Hand. These are the 3 designs I picked. My center one is more of a sheer. This one has a nice flocked edge to it. We're going to use this on the mailbox swag that I'm going to be using in our live this afternoon. So we're going to get started. You want to line up your 3 ribbons perfectly on top of each other. And then you want to pinch and get a good pinch. And then take your wire. My wires are pre-cut. I think they're about 18 inches long. Yeah, 18 inches long. And I just fold it over to find the center. And then get it wrapped around my pinch. It's a little tricky. You want to get that around there really tight because you do not want this to come out. This is the start of your bow. You want to get that around there. I twist it around a couple times, real tight. And then we don't need all this ugliness. So once we get it on there real tight, I trim that off. Get rid of those ugly ends. And then to start your 3 bow or your 3 ribbon bow, you've got your pegs in row D, because I'm really making a pretty big full bow today. And I take out the center peg. For me, I just feel like it makes the center of the bow more full, but it's up to your discretion. I've watched a lot of instructional videos by Regina Sellers. She designed the Pro Bow, and she's got a lot of different designs that you can make. So you loop your 3 ribbons around your first left peg, and then you just place that gathered area here a little further up. You don't want it up too high. You don't want it all the way down to the base because that'll make your bow lopsided. Then you wrap the top piece of the wire around the peg. You wrap your bottom piece of the wire around the bottom peg that's provided and just tuck it under your board so it's out of the way. Now I press with my thumb to get that on there nice and tight. And then I pull. Okay, this first couple pegs is tricky because you want to get your pretty side of your ribbon up and the ugly side down. So right here, you want to gather your ribbon together and twist it and put it on top of that wire that you just placed there. Then you come around and you loop it around the next peg, making sure that all 3 of your ribbons are sitting nicely on top of each other. Now Regina Sellers always says, what does she say? Bottoms up. She always says bottoms up because you want your pretty side up, ugly side down. And I like to put my thumb here, just making sure that I'm keeping my twists on top of each other, because this is the middle of your bow where everything is anchored. And then you come around that next peg. It's a little tricky to keep all your ribbons layered up nice on top of each other. Then you pinch and twist, or bottoms up, whichever way you like to remember that, and come around the next peg. Gotta pull more ribbon out here. Pinch and twist. And then you just keep following this until you get all your pegs full of your pretty ribbon. Pinch and twist. And you want to make sure that your twists are perfectly on top of each other. This area here needs to be a nice line. Otherwise your bow will be lopsided. Get those out of the way. Pinch and twist. Again, you want to try to keep all three of your ribbons perfectly on top of each other, which can get tricky. And you want to pull snug, but you don't have to pull like super hard. You just want to make sure that, you know, they're really on those pegs well. Pinch and twist. Board sliding around. I tell you, it doesn't matter how much room you have in a craft room, it's never enough room. And then every few, I come in with my thumb and I press in to make sure I'm getting a nice straight line right off of this peg. You want each of those twists to be coming off of that peg nice and straight. You gotta make sure your ribbon doesn't get all twisted up. One more pinch, twist. Now I'm gonna pinch my ribbon. I'm not gonna make a tail on here because I'm actually gonna use I'm going to make some long fake tails, which I'll show you how to attach. I use a helper wire that I just slide down the middle. Actually, it needs to go through that first loop, so we catch all the twists. So you put your helper wire through the first twist or your first loop that you made, and then just bring it down the center. I use a helper wire because I've had my first wire break on me, and that's sad. So you want to make sure you're really pressing in, getting that nice and tight, making sure that your line of ribbon coming off that peg is straight, and then twisting it super tight. And if you lack hand strength, sometimes it helps to like wrap the ribbon around your fingers. And I'm gonna cut these off pretty close because we're not gonna need tails, because we're gonna make nice long tails for the mailbox swag. Then you take your first wire off and pull that one tight, so you've got double secure. See, this wire isn't as heavy as the second one that I used, and it's not getting as tight. So we're going to trim off that thinner wire because we won't need that. Then slide your your fingers underneath and just gently push up. Sometimes some of the pegs will come out, and you'll have what looks like a fan. Okay, now we want to get out our fluff box and fluff up our ribbon. Want to make sure I got everything in there real secure. Looks good. Tie one wire around one of the nails and around the center peg that she provided on there. First, I fluff out the sets, because you've got 3 ribbons in each group, and I just go opposite directions with them. And then once I do that, I start to open up my groups of 3. And just go opposite ways with them. And you can really pull on this pretty tight, because you've got that secured in there with those 2 wires. So you don't have to worry about anything pulling out. I'm used to being live, so I'm used to people telling me if they can see okay or if the angle's okay. So as you guys are watching this, feel free to send me messages telling me if you could see okay, or if you have any suggestions for me. I want to make sure that I'm making beneficial instructional videos for you guys. The main thing with using the Pro Bow though is really getting your ribbon lined up at that center peg, getting all your twists on top of each other in a nice line. That'll ensure that you're going to have a nice balanced bow. And since this guy's a pretty big monster bow, there's going to be quite a bit of fluffing involved because you want to make sure all your loops are nice, and as you're pulling them out, you know, you're naturally going to wrinkle up some of the other ribbons, so you'll have to go back and fluff some more, which is fine. So as I'm pulling them out of their groupings, I just go opposite directions with them. I pull one this way, pull one this way, okay, now we've got all of our ribbon pulled out of the groupings. Now we just want to fluff the bow, make sure all of our loops are nice. This is what takes me the longest because I've got OCD, so I want all my loops to look nice. But you're getting the idea. Don't get frustrated. I love the Pro Bow. I love the Easy Bow Maker. They make different looking bows, and I love that. I like having the Pro Bow for these big, giant, full. See how this one looks like so tall? It's really raised up. I like that for like tree topper bows and mailbox swags and accenting bows for like your lights outside at the holidays. Okay, I could fluff a bow all day long and never stop messing with it, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it off the fluff box. This also comes from Regina Sellers at Pro Bow the Hand. So this is what we have so far, and again, I'm gonna use this in the mailbox swag that we're gonna make today live. But you see how full that is, and you can see how tall. It really adds a lot to when you're making a mailbox swag and you want some height on the top. But again, I didn't put any ribbon tails on this one. So we're going to measure out some long ribbon tails to attach to the bottom, because I want to use some ribbon to drape through the mailbox swag. So I'm gonna measure out, sorry you can't see me right now because I'm just trying to get the ribbon straightened up. And get it measured out. I'm gonna do about 28 inches, because that'll give me 14 inches on each side. of the mailbox swag and dovetail the ends. Okay. And I'm just gonna find the middle. And gather it up and add it to the underside of our bow. Obviously you want to make sure your pretty side is up, and I'm just going to press that down into the wire that we already have there and make sure I really give it a couple good twists. Smush the bow a little bit. But then that's going to give us some ribbon tails to work with down each side when we get our mailbox swag going today. So again, this is Amanda with Grammy's Craft Boutique. Sometimes Grammy's on, sometimes I'm on. We're going to make a mailbox swag today at 12 o'clock on our Grammy's Craft Boutique Facebook business page. So if you don't already, follow us and see where this beautiful bow is going to end up. It's going to be on a mailbox swag. It's going to be pretty awesome. Again, I could fluff a bow all day long, but that gives you a little overview of how to use the Pro Bow the hand for a large 3-ribbon bow. And let me know if this was beneficial, if you guys could see okay, if you have any suggestions. This is only my 3rd instructional video that I've posted to YouTube, and I want to make sure that people are able to see. And if you have any questions, definitely shoot me a message and I'll get right back to you. Otherwise, I will see you guys later today on Facebook while we make a mailbox swag. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.